We have compiled some of the dumbest anti-gay comments yet. Let's listen.
So Hitler himself was an active homosexual, but Hitler recruited around him homosexuals to make up his stormtroopers. They were his enforcers. They were his thugs. And Hitler discovered that he could not get straight soldiers to be savage and brutal and vicious enough to carry out his orders, but that homosexual soldiers basically had no limits in the savagery and brutality they were willing to inflict on whoever Hitler sent them after.
Some are bleeders, men who are not turned off by ingesting the feces of other men. If the truth was told, people would literally gag, and no one would want to be in a lifestyle like that. Who wants to practice anything that's going to ultimately lead a grown man to by the time he's in his 40s or 50s or whatnot, having to wear a diaper?
And he said, is this going to be the beginning of another Great Depression? Is the economy going to collapse? And immediately, I had like a vision of the week before when I was watching that event in Washington. And then I heard crystal clear the voice of the Lord. It wasn't from the outside, it was in the inside, but I was actually having a conversation. And in it, it was the Lord put the two together.
So your little son starts to act a little girlish when he's 4 years old, and instead of squashing that like a cockroach and saying, man up, son, get that dress off you and get outside and dig a ditch, because that's what boys do. You get out the camera and you start taking pictures of Johnny acting like a female, and then you upload it to YouTube and everybody laughs about it, and next thing you know, this dude, this kid is acting out childhood fantasies that should have been squashed. The second you see your son dropping the limp wrist, you walk over there and crack that wrist.
The Nazi Party, ladies and gentlemen, was formed in a gay bar in Munich.
I believe that people engage in homosexual behavior. I don't believe that you can be gay.
And then the Gay Straight Alliance Club reaches out to these kids and brings them in, and then they start adopting a gay identity. And then they will take these kids out. There's wherever there's these clubs in the schools, there's almost always homosexual community centers, gay and lesbian community centers, usually taxpayer funded these days, and where they will go after school or in the evenings, and that's where they meet up with adult homosexuals. And when you find often the relationships between these kids are with much older people, and that this is a system for recruiting kids into homosexuality.
Build a great, big, large fence, 150 or 100 mile long, put all the lesbians in there, fly over and drop some food. Do the same thing with the queers and the homosexuals, and have that fence electrified till they can't get out. Feed them, and you know what? In a few years, they'll die out.
It was a felony offense in virtually every state in America over the first 200 years of our existence. There is no constitutional right to engage in the kind of sexual practices that homosexuals engage in.
Okay, I'm not kidding when I say literally our best argument is to shut up. I mean, just quote these guys verbatim, and that's it. That's it. Because that stuff is so knuckle-dragging, drool-wiping, diaper-wearing insane that even conservatives will hear that and say, yeah, I'm not with them.